You would know me if you saw me on the road. I'm imposing, I'm explosive, I'm precocious, I'm the most. I'm a roving, roiling presence, I'm a lesson of the coast. I've sung this song before, by now you're certain how it goes. But can you sing along? I don't hold you in the best, but can't you see the lines and dots? Don't you feel it is saying something? Do you understand? You think you know the business well, you see me as I am, but I'm a skeptic of the senses. I don't think you broke the terror found in relishing pretension. I don't think you spoke to any of your characters, purveyors of your barriers. The scariest, it gets as far behind the world you know. So, can you sing along? Do you see the lines and dots? Do you understand? You think you know the business well, you see me as I am, but
can you see me with the lights off? The quail I brought to class, articulate the beauty of a flower held behind my back. Face down, ass up, represented in the black auditorium. We're telling stories of a blasphemous orator. Is the fur still succulent and downy in the mind? Face down, tail up, feel it jostle in your hand. It's the beauty of a flower held behind my back.
I'm that doggy in the window of your church. Every Sunday you can see me if your muzzle form the words. Think absurdly in the evening, think concretely by the dawn. Think along the lines you recognize but never dare to walk. Can you sing along? I don't hold you to the best, but can't you see the lines and dots? Don't you feel you're missing something? Do you understand? You think you know the business well, you see me as I am, but can you sense the gold within a friendship save? Can you lens the lurid lines belied inside on a clear day? Can you grab the squalid square laid bare amongst a desert rain? Can you nab the stained stripes entwined to meet contitled ape, I say? Can you sing along? See the lines and dots? Do you understand? You think you know the business well, you see me as I am, but
can you see me with the of a flower held behind my back.
Oh, we're gonna need more than a border patrol for this one. A thunder mechanical storm approaches us in force. Murder etched in their circuitry. And they'll go unchallenged in their hate until they meet my place. I'll grab my laser lasso. Prepare for battle. Grab your gun, 'cause here they come to turn the tide and break those robots down until it's done. Bring your fight, target in sight. It's do or die, but only ruins know who's left alive. Laser beam, kill the machine as we battle the unnatural before metal claims are mean. Hold the line for all of pony kind, but it's always just a question of how long we'll survive. That's a lot of robots.
Hooey! Now that's what I call a target-rich environment.
Whispers in the barren wasteland, echo of a lifelong past. When the pony still could rest. But there's no time to mourn the lost and drowned from our towers brought down by our own device. Mistakes of pony, grab your gun, 'cause here they come to turn the tide and break those robots down until it's done. Bring your fight, target in sight. It's do or die, but only ruins know who's left alive. Laser beam, kill the machine as we battle the unnatural before metal claim their beam. Hold the Yo, could you chill with that thing? You're making me look uncool in comparison. Now I gotta put shades on to compensate. What are you doing, Rainbow? I'm looking cool. That's what I'm doing.
Take those sunglasses off. You're not going to be able to see anything out there.
My vision is augmented.
The hey, it is. They gave you night vision goggles for a reason.
What is that?
Hey guys, what's up?
Final scratch. I thought you were dead.
I was. Then they plugged my brains into my console. I hope to catch up, but the voices in my head are telling me you need to kill your first.
Wait, what?
Oh, shoot! Damn it, it's time to get out of here.
Wait, back, what are you doing?
Whoa. Whoa. Gurumin's dead. I mean, Gurumin's not the name of the main character. The name of the main character is Perrin by default. So I'm not saying Perrin is dead. Gurumin is dead. Just because I decided that trying to 100% Gurumin after getting the normal ending, the actual ending, seemed like it was really boring, and if I was gonna do something really boring, I just felt like playing PSO2. I got back into it because of some event going on, giving free stuff, and I figured if I'm gonna do something that is going to attract Noah, I could play PSO2. So that's the plan. Let's figure out how computers work. With violence? Do I have to use violence on it? Computer, I'm gonna hit you. Alright, see, that worked. Start it up. I figure I know how technology works. Okay, it might have started up on its own without my threats, but you know, correlation, patterns where they aren't there. That's what sentient beings do, right? Anyway, let's figure out what the hell I'm doing. Really, I'm just going to be just doing some leveling. Oh, what? I've got communications. Communications. What is this? Capybara. Characters. View lookbook. But they exist. Some people. Some of these characters on this game. They'll hit you up later on. They'll hit you up more than once on your lookbook, like trying to do a like-for-like loop forever, and I don't want to do a loop. I don't want to do a forever loop. Just I like stuff sometimes. Liking stuff is not an issue. Everything's fun. But let's get out of there. We've got tasks and quests, including daily. Well, let's get our dailies done. Use a food stamp. Oh boy, suddenly lag. Suddenly. I was confused hearing the Phantasy Star Online music because I was like, oh, is my music still playing? As though it's part of my soundtrack. But no, it's the video game. It's the music from the game. The thing that's supposed to happen in the video game happened. Anyway, what do I select? I select the thing I have the most of, and then I only spend one, because it's like, what's the point? I have the most squid. I have a bunch of those. There, that's one task down. One task. Yeah, they're tasks, you know. Not quests, not anything to be motivated for. They're tasks. They're chores. Let's finish your chores. Finish your chore list. Call them chores. Anyway, we've also got Oh, meat in alien? Well, whatever, fine. We can do that. Let's open up the map. Let's head on down. To where the meat live. Where does the meat live down in Alio Town? We'll find out shortly. Because I'm just trying to level up all the classes. You know, get them all up to 70 and, you know, I'm getting closer. I've got several of them on their way. Several of them on their way. I mean, I've got a few 70s. Few 70s and then nothing lower than 50, so we can take a look at that. We can take a little look-see. Gotta love this. Loading times are a bit long today. When I logged in, it was like a couple minutes. I feel like that's a failure. If you have an MMO, and it's like, if it takes that long to load, I think you've messed up. I think that's an issue. I think it's bad, actually. I'd say it's bad for load times to be more than a minute, really, ever. Am I loading the entirety of Fallout 3 in one map? Anyway, there's some meat right nearby, conveniently labeled. We did it. That was simple enough. We just bullied the meat. Let's use a region magnet. Oh good, it already thinks that's what I want to do. Well, it's right. I don't really care where though. I'm getting gently slapped by a low-level enemy. That's how I feel alive. That's how I know everything's good. A black screen of the little ad in the corner. Oh boy, they have an official YouTube. It's so great. It's my sarcasm slur. It's fine. There's nothing terrible about it. Yes. You know, it's a marketing vehicle for their game, of course. I don't think it ever has anything on it that's that interesting. Anyway, we put a thing in there. Boy, we're just completing those tasks. What else we got? Aerial combat sector enemy suppression. Sure, we can do that. We'll go to the Vanford lab. It's the one I like the best here in England. Oh, Nitqui, welcome back. Welcome back again. Good to see you from last night. Yeah, I'm not excited. We're doing Phantasy Star Online 2. Guruman died. All dead. No more Guruman. Figured Guruman, I'd kind of milked it for everything that I could do that was interesting. So I figured, you know, MMOs are equally not interesting, so I'll do that. Felt like having a little break from Guruman. I'll probably do Guruman stuff off stream. And we'll have more Nightmare Reaper sometime. Well, I mean Sundays. Sundays are still Nightmare Reaper Sunday. Boy, frame rates. I've never really tried streaming PSO2, so, you know, maybe the frame rates are OBS and I'm having a little fight. And that's okay. A little fight, a little fighting. Oh, hey, Flan. Is that what you think? You think that you want to see them fight? Flan gets excited for the blood. I don't think we'll see any blood between them. I don't think OBS has any blood. PSO2 might. Anything with microtransactions of any kind may very well have blood. Not its own. It's going to be stolen. And there's nothing like stealing a little blood. I mean, how else are you gonna get blood these days? You seen the price of blood lately? is something I said before I get the game Blood. So, actually, where can you can probably buy the game Blood on GOG. Like, if I'm gonna buy Blood, I bet it's gonna be the same price on GOG as it would be on Steam. And I don't own Blood. I could play Blood. They should be good for the blood. I should check that out. But I'm gonna call my doctor. If I had a phone near the computer, I would do it right now. If I had a doctor. But we can't win them all. You can't always have a doctor. Does that would imply you had any kind of health care? Satisfying slapping noises as whoa. NPCs teleported in and I was surprised, shocked, appalled. I am a little curious, though. Not just about the health benefits of Blood Orange, or the intro sequence to one of the Dexter series. But the thing I'm curious about right now... No, I wasn't curious about tangerines. They are related to Blood Orange's flan, but that wasn't what I was thinking of. I don't know why Flan thought that. Anyway. The thing I was feeling a little curious about was that, I wondered is, Ninqui, if you're still here, do you know me from anywhere? I just have a feeling there's like a familiarity. Like you seem like something I might remember or should remember. Target. Oh, we still have 15 more. I thought we'd be done. I thought we'd be done by now with an F. Which fighting is what we do, I guess. Oh, well, thank you for dropping in. I appreciate that a lot, actually.
Trial start.
You know, a name I didn't recognize the name, but now I do. I mean, I don't recognize Ninqui, but anyway, hopefully things are going okay. Wait, are we winning? Am I winning? That's the thing about this kind of game. I can just sort of press buttons and have stuff happen and not think too hard. Which means that if I'm talking about something else, I'll look back at the game and be like, oh wait, am I doing something? I'm in the middle of the combat? Oh, okay. And sometimes your brain just doesn't want, you don't want to think. You're done. You're exhausted. Thinking is a little much. You wanna come home from a long day of whatever. Like being trapped in your own home. And you don't want to think anymore. And you know, an MMO can often be good for that.
Success.
Success indeed. Wait, we still have 8 more? We still have 4 more? We still have 3 more? Gee. We still have 1 more. Well, that's that. Gotta get the next chore on the list. Clear the limited. Well, I want to clear the limited after leveling up a bunch. And by a bunch I mean 6 levels. But this isn't the place. This isn't the place to gain 6 levels. I do kind of want to finish out this PSC burst bar though. Well, cause it feels wasted if I've got 4 bars and then I could have gotten to the 5th and it's caused one of the bursts. Like that's why, Flaw. That bird, always questioning me. Always challenging my... Well, I got distracted by all this, lawn talk. Anyway, we could get a burst, is all I'm saying. When will a burst happen? Well, there'll have to be another target instead of an E. The mechanics of bursts are they go up as you fight enemies, the bar, and then you have to complete one of the target missions instead of one of the E missions. Mission is a strong word. Oh, I did consider playing Free Doom. That would have been a violent FPS. Doom, I also could have played as well. But the thing is, I kind of have plans for Doom, and those plans I don't have a setup for yet. So proper actual Doom are waiting for the correct setup. Let's see. But yeah, I recently got to play one of the Doom games, one of the original Doom and Doom 2, and it feels good. It just feels nice too, smooth. The movement's nice. The mobility is nice. I think that's the thing that I like most about it. And of course, there are a lot of mods, and maybe I'll do a funny Doom mod sometime. I know there's Rare Doom, a pony-themed Doom mod. I could play that one. There's another one that was in development that I forgot what it was called, but I don't think it actually came out, so it doesn't matter. The angry guy, the angry enemy here, he moved away from me when I was trying to do violence against him. That's illegal. It's supposed to, when I'm doing violence, everything should stay right in the line of fire.
PSC burst.
See, that's the burst I'm talking about. That burst we wanted. Where there's a lot of enemies.
Success.
The gang's all here. We're ganged up. Also, I missed a stream last week, due to technical problems. And I'm thinking I wanted to do a makeup stream, and I didn't do it in between weeks, but I still kind of want to do a makeup stream. Get the mascara on and stuff. But no, I actually do want to do another stream at some point. Maybe I'll pop one on tomorrow, I don't know. So I'm going to play it by ear. A lot of tomorrow I'm going to be busy, but some of it I won't be. I love taking small enough amounts of damage that I can just ignore them. Really, what I should do is I should do a typing speed stream. That would be good. I just spend a couple hours on monkeytype.com just trying to improve my touch typing skills. I'm sure that would be a crowd pleaser. I'm worried that I say that and I will go search Twitch and find that there is a thriving typing community on here. If there's a thriving typing community on Twitch, I guess I'll have to eat the hat I don't own. Spoilers. my typing speed is not great. My touch typing speed is generally around only like 46, which is pretty low. But it's also, that's with punctuation, numbers, and capitalization. Because I don't like the typing tests that don't have those, because if you don't have numbers and punctuation and capitalization, it's not really a real world result. It's not really comparable. So if you're like, oh yeah, it's 60, and then you're not taking into account, you know, you're only typing letters. This is kind of misleading. So I like to do the test with the guff and the stuff. Anyway, Monkey Type's a pretty good site though. I love how customizable it is. I've got mine on a perfectly dark background with a purple accent color. So whatever, I don't know, it suits me just fine. My subclass went up, how good. There's 8 people here, but this is not where I want to level up. I want to go to Newson Play. This is the place where I want to level up. As for leveling, as I said, I wanted to get everything to 70 because that's the level cap right now. But in order to use the gear that I have for most of my classes, I really need everything to be 63. So I hope the subclass gets close enough to 63 by the time I get the thing I'm running main to 70, so that I don't have to spend too long with poor equipment. Wait, I should actually check if there's a more full room before I get wet and wild in here. Was there a show on Nickelodeon called Wild and Crazy Kids? Is that the name of it? I'm thinking of a real show, but I'm not sure if that's what it was called. I think it was. When I say Wet and Wild, I think of Wild and Crazy Kid. Let's see, there's Wild and Crazy Kid. There was, What Would You Do? There was Double Dare. Why am I just naming off old shows on Nickelodeon? Well, Nickelodeon Guts. Who doesn't love Nickelodeon Guts? They had the aggro crag. Like, if you didn't want to climb the aggro crag as a kid, were you even really living? Are there enemies left over here? Okay, there was. You want to get hit by a foam boulder, there's nothing like the aggro crag for that. Oh yeah, and then there's Legends of the Hidden Temple. How can I forget Legends of the Hidden Temple? There was a weird one on Nickelodeon I remember. It was called Wienerville, and it was this show, I don't know if this was his real name, but the main guy it was called Mark Wiener, and Mark, Wienerville was like this weird puppet show where they would put heads, human heads on tiny puppets. Which is kind of unnerving. I bet if I went back and watched Wienerville, it would be unpleasant. Also, well, you know, maybe it was before your time, Flo. Also, it's possible that oh, hold on a second. Let me fix this. Wait, come on, I just healed somebody and then another person died? I don't need that. I was trying to do my due diligence, raising the dead, like a good necromancer. And then what happens? Somebody else has to go and die. What a sad time. But anyway, I think if I went back, I hope that Wienerville is a real show.
PSE first.
Because I would hate to remember this really possibly unnerving children's show and have it turn out to be a figment of my imagination. Like, I really don't want it to be the next Candle Code. But I'm pretty sure Wienerville was a real show. Pretty sure that was real. But I can't really look it up when I'm in the middle of Phantasy Star Online 2 New Genesis. You know, I play this game and they didn't send me a new Genesis. I have to use my old Genesis. You've seen better days. And I don't have, like, I've only got the RF adapter. I don't have any better input for that thing. Which is not the best. I could be doing better. Oh, someone died again. That's 3. I'm spending all of my death resurrection tokens. My, what are those? Reverse aside. Wait, are we in the middle of a PSC burst and I didn't even realize. With my real eyes. Oh, when did I become level 65? When did that happen? This is what I'm talking about. I can just autopilot on this thing. Except when I, get hit by an attack that takes away 90% of my health. I can't autopilot that. There's a new violent FPS coming out that I've been seeing lately that's like an old, like Steamboat Willie style Mickey Mouse themed sort of rubber hose animation violent FPS, and I think it's just called like Mouse or something like that. Anyway, people seem to be interested in it. I feel like the amount of animations they have for enemy death seems a little limited. I feel like there should be more of them. Which is a weird thing to want. I want more enemies, the ways the enemies are animated to die. But I don't know, it just felt a little... So you'd watch it, it's like I could seeing the same one, seeing the same animation over and over again. It seemed a little rough to me. Though maybe I could play Compound. Of course, Compound's VR. And that's hard to deal with the computer setup here. Compound's a good FPS though. I don't own it, but I've played the demo. It's very good. It's not very forgiving, but it's very good. It's also got this great sort of retro pixel style. So I really vibe on the aesthetic of Compound. If somebody I know has VR, Compound is one of those games that would be like, that's a game worth getting. It's a VR experience worth having. Now I'm the one who's dead. I was so diligently bringing everyone else back to life. And then I had to wait more than 5 seconds for a res. I'm throwing this game in the trash. I'm uninstalling. Community totally toxic. Unacceptable. Alright, we're gonna watch the Toxic Avenger cartoon series, and then we're not gonna watch the Toxic Avenger movie. That's the plan. Alright, well, I'm level 65. So we're getting there. Sweetened with juice for an energy boost, as they say. Colloquially. Oh, and then there was Nick Arcade. We always wanted to get on Nick Arcade. Who didn't want to get on Nick Arcade and play one of those games? I think as kids we were always like, we'll do so good. We look at things on TV and we're like, yeah, I could play soccer. As if soccer isn't one of the most terrible and exhausting experiences known to existence. once played soccer in school. I remember soccer in school was basically an exercise in run in the general direction of the ball. You will never reach the ball. It will never go anywhere near you or touch you. You will never interact with the ball. So soccer is great. I love soccer. Good sport. If there's ever a sport that is, on my top 10, it has to be soccer, right? I do lie sometimes. If it wasn't clean. No, but other sports I've played softball. And I'm not sure, have I played actual baseball? I don't know. But I have played softball. I played flag football. Yeah, the ball is not as soft as you'd expect. It's not like a Nerf ball fly. You still wouldn't want to get hit by it. Although I remember once, a long time ago, that we went out to some park, somewhere where there was a baseball field of some kind nearby. Not like an arena field, probably something a little more local. I don't remember the details fully. But my parents were there, and I remember specifically that my mother was concerned that they might hit a ball all the way out to where we were, and that could hurt somebody. And my father at the time was like, they would have to be a gorilla to hit a ball out here. And of course, somebody hit a ball out there, so they probably did have a gorilla. No, I don't think anybody got hit. If they did, it was like maybe my dad got hit in the hand, but that might have happened, or my mom. I don't remember. This is a vague memory, very old memory. But softball, pretty fun.
Trial start.
Then there's softcore baseballs. And the thing I like about the softcore baseballs, if you're practicing with softcore baseballs, if you actually hit them, I feel like they go further than the regular baseballs, which is really fun. Like, it's really satisfying. Although as a child, I did not communicate this very well. Because I said they were easier to hit, and my father took that as a challenge and tried to make sure they were harder to hit, which is not what I meant. I meant that they go further when you hit them, but I had a tiny child brain that wasn't very good at communicating these sorts of things. And that's what I remember about baseball. The bases ball. I've never played golf. I have played mini golf. But I did mistakenly think I was in a golf class at some point when I was actually in a softball class, because I didn't remember what classes I'd enrolled for. And you're hitting a white ball with a stick, so they're basically the same. At least that's what one of the coaches said when I made the mistake. So, not my joke, but pretty good. I mean, really, no joke is my joke. Every joke is the people's jokes, comrade. And the people's jokes are appreciated, and for everyone.
This is an emergency transmission.
I'll take your joke and make it mine. But not until I steal your toothbrush.
Trial start.
The trial? Oh, there's still more of these crystals to destroy. Sure, why not? Crystal do big explode. Crystal do big explode, make enemies go boom. And we like when enemies go boom. Nothing better in the world. That's... oh, they're doing a damage from afar. They're going the distance, they're going for speed. I'm going for that.
PSE burst.
See, this area has more bursts than other areas, and that's good for my experience. That's good for this leveling that I'm doing to pass the days away. No lifing in MMO is a good, slow way to find a repetitive thing to do before you leave this mortal coil. Comfort and habit. I would say it's comfortable, but there's not a bull in sight. Maybe a minotaur if I'm lucky. A big, strong minotaur, whose big, strong arms I can just fall asleep in. Anyway, I was playing a video game, wasn't I? You know, sometimes you can't shake those minotaur thoughts. Though honestly, if I'm being serious, minotaur's not really my type. I mean, unless I meet a really live is a fun word. Live, L-I-T-H-E. A really live minotaur. Like, the bodybuilder archetype is not really my scene.
PSE climax.
Oh hey, I leveled up again. That means only 4 more levels until this is another class, maxed out. Let's see. I don't like this long-range laser here. I'm going to make sure that stops bothering me. These big turret guys, when they have long lines of sight, they can be quite an irritation. Like sand. They get everywhere. Well, maybe I can play, you know, I've never played Duke Nukem 3D. Never played Duke 3D. Maybe I'll play Duke 3D sometime. How many times can I say Duke 3D in a minute? More than I should. Photon Blast. I tried to play Ion Fury at some point, but I just felt like, I don't know, I wasn't vibing on it. It felt like I had to be either too careful. But that's, you know, I'm not very good at video games, so maybe that's just a me problem. Yeah? What's your high score then? You on the leaderboards? Did you write in the GamePro magazine blog? Or maybe it was Electronic Gaming Monthly. I always liked Electronic Gaming Monthly more. It's just because I felt like Electronic Gaming Monthly was, I don't know, less edgy. It felt more modern and dignified at the time when I had video game magazines in my home. That Electronic Gaming Monthly had Dan Shu Hasu. Sorry, it's probably Dan Shu Shu. Dan Shu Shu is probably closer to how I would say that name. Dan Shu, but it, you know, you see it written, and it looks like Dan Shu Hasu because you don't know how to pronounce foreign names as a child, but it's probably closer to Dan Shu Hasu. Dan Shu Shu. Fuck. Man, it's a hard, bad habits. Hard to break when you're trying to pronounce things. But anyway, that was a staff for EGM who did little comics, and we had Sean Baby. Articles from Sean Baby and the EGM were always a delight. Sean Baby eventually had their own website, and I don't know what Sean Baby does these days, but it was nice to remember. Nice to oh, the Nintendo Power.
PSE climax.
Can't read it in the shower despite the rhyming, but what was the slogan? Now you've got the power in your hands or something. I don't remember what their slogan was. I should. Everybody loved that slogan. Everybody loved those ads. I always appreciated though the letters. It was like seeing what people would write in or people would say, or like when you had people trying to brag about some accomplishment in a game, or when people just write in and lie about their game accomplishments. Or there's a lot of interesting letters. I had the Dreamcast magazine for a while. I still have a bunch of those demo discs. Who knows if those demo discs are still... Actually, that's a good idea. I should take those demo discs and have them archived. Like, I'm pretty sure a Dreamcast doesn't use any weird, media. Because you can put a CD in a Dreamcast. I had a burned copy of a Dreamcast Half-Life prototype that a friend gave me. And it runs, so you can use CDs. So I could probably get all the data off of those old demo discs and archive them if they aren't already. That's good. Preservation of things like that is good. It's important. So I'll check. I'll dig out those discs at some point soon, see if they're on archive, and see what can be done about that. Because nobody wants to lose. Nobody wants to lose that kind of history. Remember on the Dreamcast I definitely had a demo for Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Oh yeah. Yeah. Fawn's a real big fan of Sonic Adventure 2. I liked Sonic Adventure 1 more than I liked 2. But, you know. And then the ports of Sonic Adventure later on, you know, they had extra content. But it was interesting that the Chow Garden from the Dreamcast version, you never really got that same Dreamcast version of the Chow Garden. The Chow Garden. Not Shao, it's a different sound. You never really got that Dreamcast version ever again because the ports of the original Sonic Adventure were after Sonic Adventure 2, and they were using the systems for the Sonic Adventure 2 Chow Garden for the ports of the Sonic Adventure 1 Chow Garden. And that's a shame because there were little details and things that were different about the Dreamcast Edition Chow Garden, which means if I want that Chow Garden, I have to play the Dreamcast version, whether that be through the actual hardware or through an emulator, and then I don't get all the extra other content, whatever. So I don't know, real disappointed. I want there to be definitive editions of things, a definitive being true where it's like, no, this really does usurp the previous edition. It will let you have that experience and a new experience. It's definitive. I want that to be a real statement. Apparently, the Dreamcast version of Skies of Arcadia had a cloud effect that wasn't replicated very well in ports, the GameCube port, Skies of Arcadia Legends, and that I hear the audio was lower quality too, although I doubt I would notice. These little details, I want people who do ports to care. I want it, I'm getting a little
PSE
a little upset about these thoughts and ideas. Why am I way over here? The PSC burst is way over there. What have I been doing? Just kind of got lost. Well, I'm glad nobody cares. Well, I got all incensed talking about the Skies of Arcadia Legends, and then I think there's some similar issue with there's some differences, some details that are different about ports of Evolution and Evolution 2, because those were Dreamcast games that got a GameCube port called Evolution Worlds, which had both of them. And then I know there were some minute differences that I thought, why? But that's how it be. I guess Evolution wasn't all that much to write home about, though. Just kind of, a JRPG dungeon crawler. But I enjoyed it. I had fun. You know what? Stephanie Sterling's right. I probably shouldn't say JRPG anymore. I'll just turn-based RPG. I don't know. Traditional RPG. Well, it's not really a traditional RPG. If I come from tabletop, if I want to play tabletop, that's more traditional. But JRPG is a little bit of a rough term. Oh hey, I leveled up again. Well, it's just kind of ingrained in my... The reason I said it in the first place is it's just kind of ingrained in my old vocabulary. It's just in there.
We're about to hold a live concert in
A live concert?
Invite all your friends.
Oh my
and come
gosh.
join us.
Also, We're About To is 15 minutes away, which is a little more than We're About To. That's a 15-minute lead time on a concert. I would use different phraseology. Maybe something like, the concert is on in 15 minutes. We're About To is, I think, reserved for 5 minutes or less. That's just my standard. It's also how I feel about, are you late or early? If you're within 5 minutes in either direction, you're on time. That's how I consider it. If you're more than 5 minutes early, then you're early. If you're more than 5 minutes late, then you're late, but just a little bit. And not enough that revising that. If you're more than 15 minutes, more than 15 minutes early, you're too early. And if you're more than 15 minutes late, you're late. 5 minutes is too short for that. You're gonna be late, calm. That's all I'm saying. I'm not gonna wait more than an extra, I'm not gonna wait more than an extra, probably a half hour past when someone was supposed to show up if I've had no warning. Like if they've told me, oh yeah, I'm stuck in traffic, or I'm running slow, or whatever, then I'll wait. But if I have no idea what's going on, and a half hour has passed since when you were supposed to be there, I'm not staying. I got other things to do. It ain't happening. So if there was the Nintendo Power, and then there was the Power Glove...
PSE Climax.
I mean, those work so well together. Then you have the Nintendo Power Glove, but then if you call it the Nintendo Power Glove, then is it a glove produced by the magazine? Like, obviously it's not. Sometimes a little murder can be justified. But making everyone wait for you, now that's unconscionable. No, that also depends though. I say, oh yeah, I'm not gonna wait an extra half hour, and I won't. But if you're somebody who is maybe terminally late and bad at communicating with people, I might call you before the arrival time if you're like one of my friends and be like, yo, how you looking? Are you late? Are you on time? Like, what's your deal? If you're prone to that sort of thing, I'll check myself. There is some leeway if I know you, and I know you just have essentially a brain problem. Because sometimes some people are just like that. They've got a brain problem and they just can't help it. But if I don't know you've got that kind of issue, I have no reason to assume. Oh, I'm going to get spanked. Oh, I close. Okay, they were only dead for a second. That's fine then. I was only dead for a minute. I got that. See, no one here's here to tase me. There's no restriction here on Python, so I can say, you know, she turned me into a nude, I got better, and there's no consequences for my action. And really, that's true freedom. Some kind of boss? Oh, it's dead. The real freedom was the friends we made along the way. Yeah, kind of. This bigger board. There we go. I've got 3 on both of my little animal meters, which means that I can use my little animal meter attack. I got a little animal meter. I got 2 little animal meters. And you know, when I fill them up, I can use my animal meter attack. I won't use them on this little guy, but I'll use them at some point. I think we need more meters on the screen though. If the game doesn't look like one of those fake screenshots where every UI from every game is there, then, like, how do you know you're gaming? See there, that was one use of the animal meter. Got 2 more. Animal meter I hardly know. But one of these animals is like I guess a little dragony thing, but I'm not sure what the other one was. Like, I don't know, kind of reminds me of like a weird yeti. But I'm not sure that's an accurate portrayal. You know, if a hiking path isn't very well maintained, it's also not a very good portrayal. It is a portrayal. There we go. I messed up the joke. You know, we'll workshop it. You can at home, if you're playing the at-home game, you can take the joke and you can say it correctly instead of what I did. See, that's the value of me ruining a joke. That you can fix
Trial
it.
start.
There, see, here. We've workshopped it a little bit. A badly maintained hiking path. No, all badly maintained hiking paths are fictional. Because they're poor trails. You see, we workshopped it a little bit. We fixed it up. Now we can sell it in the display window. And that's what it takes sometimes. Sometimes you just have to fix it. Finally, it's ready to be attacked again. Oh hey, I've got a photon blast. See now, at 6 minutes, it's a little closer to about to start.
Success.
Dolls detected. Please stand by.
Meanwhile, we're here in the hexagon land. Yeah, everything on the floor here is just hexagons. Hexagons as far as the eye can see.
Trial start.
What kind of engineer thought, you know what, everything's gotta be these modular hexagons? What if we have to move this extremely large equipment at any point? Like, I mean, it's not, even if you make it out of these modular hexagons, I got some bad news. I don't think you're moving this stuff. Don't think it's gonna happen. This is a bit of a lost cause. Oh, and you know what? When we go back to violent FPSs, blood does fall into that
Thank you for your
category.
support.
Let's see. Caleb in Blood.
Success.
I'm trying to remember the name of the person who voice acted Caleb in the game Blood. I feel like part of the name is Winter, but I'm
Trial start.
coming up blank on the name. Other than that, maybe I'm totally wrong.
Success.
Ow! I've been violently attacked. These creatures aren't. They shouldn't be defending themselves. That's not what this is about.
Trial start.
Alright.
PSE burst.
Oh, we got another one of those funny bursts.
Success.
Well, that filled up bird meter. Let's fill up the Yeti meter. When I'm not playing this game, my bird meter is always full. It's because I have my own bird. My very own bird that I can call friend. Or enemy, depending on the circumstances. Oh, my animal meters are full. No more concern about my animal meters for the moment. What's the word? What's the word? Word up. Bird is the word. These are related song lyrics from related songs. Of course, now I'm thinking about music again. Tempted to sing. So, ever get tempted to sing? Unfortunately, the song I want to sing, I don't fully accurately remember the lyrics to. I could choose a different song. And that's an option.
PSE climax.
But a song in all this chaos, who doesn't love a little song? That enemy's golden. That means it drops extra XP for me. Yeah, the song I wanted to sing was a song called I'm Sorry, Dolores. But unfortunately, I can't fully remember the lyrics to I'm Sorry, Dolores. But I could go more appropriate. I could sing Three-Legged Horse. That's a song I know pretty well. At least well enough. Oh, I'm reading something. You know what? This thing that I'm reading in a different place that definitely has nothing to do with anyone here right now, I like it. But the thing you have to do with that one, that one is classically the one that you order a bunch of on a jukebox. No, sorry, you order What's New Pussycat on the jukebox, and then mix in one It's Not Unusual. That's how that goes. Just when they think there's no more What's New Pussycat, when they've escaped into the comforting arms of It's Not Unusual, there's more What's New Pussycat. It never left. Whoa. Wow, I'm actually going in the right direction for one. What's new, pussycat? Whoa. That's not what I want to say. I mean, now I'm thinking of it. I'm sure that, with some tasteful euphemisms, you can launder all of your jokes. A tasteful euphemism is much like a tasteful nude. Wait, where am I going? Oh, I am going the correct direction, okay.
Trial start.
I don't think there are any tasteful nudes of me out there. But sometimes you just never know.
Success. PSC burst.
You know what? You know what? I'll commit. Commit a little bit, at least. I bought me a three-legged pack horse. He hobbles and stumbles around. I don't know what I was a-drinking when I dragged him back home through town. Three-legged horse, I don't know why I bite him. I can lead him to water, but I can't make him drown. Three-legged horse, it's no fun to ride him. He walks in a circle, and then he falls down. That is very similar to the experience of being able to do crime.
PSC climax.
Just kind of being unassuming and walking into any old, convenience store and just taking a whole box of candy bars and walking out and being like, what are you gonna do? Put me in jail? I'm 78. Of course, they absolutely would. That's the world we live in. And that's not the world I want to live in. I want a world where somebody who's earned the right to steal every candy bar they can. That's not to say I'm done. You know, I stopped mid-lyrics. There's more to that song. I just figured, you know, it'll come in parts. He may not be bright, but he's loyal. He won't fall on anyone but me. Like the legs of a minimalist's table. There used to be 4, now there's 1 less than that. 3 yeah, that's the favorite lyric. That's the one I like the best. We get a little rhyme switcheroo on that one, and that always makes me happy.
Enemy reading confirmed. Please stand by.
Now the thing I'm just remembering right now is, when you're thinking about off-color jokes, off-color, it's just like my wedding dress. I like that one because there's 2 implications. As they say, because of the implication. I'm not where I'm supposed to be.
Trial start.
The trials started, so I don't have a lawyer, so this is not gonna go well. 69, nice. So in the course of an hour and 15 minutes, we've gained all 5 levels. Not bad. Especially since they're the last levels in the progression for this class. The ones with the biggest, hardest levels, the biggest, hardest, throbbingest levels. The biggest, hardest, throbbingest, girthiest levels.
PSE burst.
You know, the fact that I used to call level grinding level busting after making a joke like that,
Success.
just seems all the better. Although, you know, level grinding still works too. But, at the end of the day, grinding is one thing, but busting makes me feel good. The time to listen to Neil Ciceriga's Busting on loop. Is that how you pronounce that name, Ciceriga? That's how I always pronounced it. Also, where does that name come from? Also, my brain is telling me that Neil Ciceriga had some some involvement with Gravity Falls, and now I don't remember what it was. Things to look up later or to forget about. Let's count how many numbers there are on this screen at any given time. Let's see. 1, 3, 5. Oh my god, just too many. Oh, that's way too many. What a good time to start counting that. There's just always numbers. And they're not small. Of course, if I wanted to play a game if I want to play an RPG with lots of big numbers, then clearly I should be playing the Disgaea games. A little isometric comedy jaunt in the Netherworld, isometric RPG, little Final Fantasy Tactics style demon romp, I guess. That's a combination that works for me. You know what? Have a little of that. It's 9:10, that means I'm about to miss the extra XP from the concert. The concert is now complete, as they say. If I don't go soon, I won't get that extra XP boost. But I want to finish this little combat. Is it dead yet? It's gonna be down to the wire if I can make it.
PSE Encore.
Oh, it's an encore, never mind. I'm not gonna skip an encore. We're getting closer every moment. This is definitely one of these visual overstimulus sorts of experiences. I certainly do a little more thinking when I'm playing Nightmare Reaper. I've mentioned this before, but if I could replay levels in Nightmare Reaper and not just have to progress all the time, I would play Nightmare Reaper off stream. I would play it all the time. But I made it a stream game, so I only play it on stream so that I don't progress it while I'm off stream. And honestly, that's a crying shame. Oh boy.
PSE Climax.
What sort of a big bag are they going to throw at us now? Oh, just one of these. Just one of these Durgans. Is that what it's called? A Durgan? A Skoden. Skoden. There's gotta be a wordplay there. But I'm not thinking of it. Okay, the live concert completes at about 9, 12, and 30 seconds. Good to know. Wait, can I do this? Yes, I can hit things with the marshmallow. The blue numbers are critical numbers. Therefore, the blue numbers are cooler. As a kid, I never had Ecto Cooler. I thought of that because I thought, oh, the blue numbers are cooler. But no, Ecto Cooler never got to have that. But I think, you know, I might have been a little too late on that one. Just a little bit. Even though Ghostbusters was kind of part of my childhood, Ghostbusters kind of had a lot of staying power in terms of cultural influence. So I don't think I was actually around for Ecto Cooler. I don't remember, you know, I'd have to look up the dates. I did have one of the Firehouse playsets. I don't know who they're referring to, but it's not me. Somebody in chat was saying, oh, someone's leeching. Which, if I had accidentally wandered off into the wilderness, I might think they were talking about me. But I'm actually going where I'm supposed to go and doing the fighting. So, guess it's somebody else. But also, yeah, somebody getting mad that somebody's joining an instance and hanging around. I don't know, it's not something worth getting mad at, for me. Like, in-game, there are some mechanical consequences, I think. I think that when there's more people in the instance, the enemies get, you know, more HP based on that, or some nonsense. But even so, getting mad at people for idling, just because, oh, they're getting free XP without doing any of the work. I don't know, seems a little sad. Well, you know, maybe it's a bigger problem than I think. Oh, there's an emergency quest coming soon. How good. Will I be part of it? I don't know. I haven't made decisions. I don't choose things. This enemy got right up in my business. Well, now it's getting right up in this knuckle sandwich. I gave it a couple pop-pops. Oh, a PSC burst. We'll hit that 70 yet.
Success.
Come on, refresh. Spawn some more minions right here next to us. We always need fresh meat. Sometimes, you know, you go on a little excursion, you go on a little vacation, you travel all the way out to, you know, the Griffin settlements just so that you can have some tasty meat. Of course, I would never. Herbivore through and through. But I wouldn't fault any pony for wanting to feel the succulent flesh go down their throat, the blood trickle down their chin. I wouldn't fault any pony for that. You could. But dietary preferences are just a whole can of worms. Would I eat a can of worms? Probably not.
PSE Climax.
Like, am I getting paid? Is somebody offering money? Can I cook the worms? maybe if I can cook the worms, and you're paying me, then I would eat a can of worms. You have to be paying me quite a bit. Like, largely, if I ended up on an episode of Fear Factor, I would leave in the first 5 minutes. Although, to be fair, part of that is just because I don't want to be on reality television. The big boy is up there. That's right, the big boy needed to come down. The big boy is Nellen, big boy. Big bird, big boy. Big boy, boy. Wait, what? That was a sudden disappearance. I guess it doesn't concern me now. We could use a little drone. It's nice that you have an enemy that gives you a little bit of attack support just for defeating it. It's a nice little feature. Emergency announced. I'm literate. You know, they put these rappies here, and I always feel a little bit bad for taking down the defenseless rappies who can't even hurt me. They're very cute. But, you know, they're also literally here to be cannon fodder, I guess, and cute. Cute cannon fodder.
Trial start.
Which is a weird design mix, honestly. Maybe a little bit even of a perverse design mix to design something cute and then just go, and also you should beat it up. Like, that's a choice. Like, our little mascot character, be sure to fill it full of lasers. You know what? Let's make these legs a little less armor. We can work on legs. Now, taking armor off of enemies actually reminds me of Fighting Vipers. The fighting game, typical fighting game for the Sega Saturn, except the gimmick was every character had armor, and so you would hit different parts of their body, and different parts of the armor would get weaker. And that was actually pretty neat. Maybe I'll bust out the Saturn and play Fighting Vipers sometime. And then, of course, there's a character in Fighting Vipers called Honey, who ended up having a transition into the world of Sonic, because they had a little Sonic-style mascot character in one of the cutscenes in Fighting Vipers. It's like a little plush toy or something. And then they had a character based on that design in the Sonic universe. Because, I don't know, Sega is as Sega does. But that's just kind of neat. That's right. Correctly shielded. Oh wait, I'm dying. Oh wait, I'm dying. I was so proud of myself. That's what I get for ever being proud. I'll never do it again. Just like in woodworking, you really generally don't want your work to sit proud. I mean, I assume that in woodworking the etymology of that phrase comes from actual pride, I don't know. No, I'm gonna use this, so we're gonna count it. That's right, marshmallow counter. There we go. Well, they clapped their head. I assume those are its hands. But it didn't survive long after that. It clapped its hands and then its cheeks got clapped. Oh, it's one of these. Well, let's figure out where all these things are.
Trial start.
We've got one in this direction. I see it up there. Alright, where's next? This direction. This way. There it is down there. We've got to find all of these little things so that I can open the pod. Open the pod bay doors, Hal. No. Damn. There's another pod. Is that all the pods? No, there's still one. Oh no, that's all of them. Yeah, well, it's a 2001 is, I don't know, it's something? I don't really have a lot of words to explain 2001 to you right now, Flan. Why am I dying?
Success.
Oh, that's why, because I have a burning effect.
This is an emergency
Oh, a truck transport. I loathe truck transport.
Trial start.
But, you know, if I loathe it, I guess that is a hatred that's baked in to the loaf. You would think that I wouldn't say stuff like that I'd be better than that, but I'm not. Because those are the kind of jokes that bring in the dough. Or at least some levity. We're almost there, we're almost there, we're almost there, we're almost there. Are we there yet? No. Are we there yet? No. Are we there yet? No. We can pull over this vehicle immediately. We'll never get to Six Flags if you kids don't stop. I need to figure out what theme park counts as the one that you would go to. Yeah, like what one would be the knockoff theme park? What's the theme park that is like, oh yeah, we have Universal Studios at home. What's that version of a theme park? Is it that, what was the one? The Action something? The one with the like really fatal water slides?
Attention all participants.
Is it just called Action Park, Go Action Park, Action Go Park? Something like that. You just can't put a loop-de-loop in a water slide the way they did. I mean, you can, but it will have consequences. Don't laser the truck. You can't expect me to, if it just lasers the truck. I can only do so much. Ouch. It's got a whole health bar. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to save the truck. That's all I'm saying. Because it's really tearing into our little truck there. Ouchie wowie.
Please, try to hold out.
No, I think we just lost.
The mission was a failure.
It exploded big, and the truck exploded big with it. But we have a new tech.
Dolls detected. Please stand by.
Trial start.
Let's see how many little spanks we can get in. Well, we're not gonna spank you, Flaw. That would be wholly inappropriate. $140. What's the phrase? A lot of sound and fury signifying nothing. Sometimes that's how it is.
Thank you for your support.
Well, the subclass is almost to level 60. But the main
Success.
class is almost to level 70. And class is in session. Unfortunately, I'm not very classy. I barely own any formal wear. you could say that formal wear is barely there. I shifted slightly in my chair, and I sort of have what I would call a wound. And I hurt a little bit. And that's always good. Nothing like bleeding just a little to make sure that you're living out your day. Of course, if you're bleeding a lot, that's a problem. But if you call right now, I can sell you a scale that will tell you if you're bleeding a lot, not enough, or just the right amount. Cause, you know, we've all wondered, am I bleeding the correct amount? And believe me now, I've got a way that you can know for sure. I wonder how long it takes to metabolize blood. As compared to the production of blood naturally in your body. Oh, there's someone else here for once. There were 8 people, 5 people, 3 people. People just come and go.
Joel detected. Please stand by.
I feel like there should be more places where people just come and go. Like a library, you know, community centers, that sort of thing. There's a lot of places where you're not allowed to hang around. And I think that's silly. The problem with a lot of public spaces, quote unquote, is that we don't have public spaces. We have hallways. Hallways because they're not intended to be lingered in. They're intended to go from one place to another and not stick around. And we need fewer hallways in the world.
Trial start.
Alright, is this gonna be the one? Gonna be the one that gives us the magic number? The fuzzy logic? I blew up the man with the marshmallow animal. Blew up the man, I blew them up. Have some this. And why don't you have it again? And a third time, just for good measure. Well, 3 is the charm. Rule of 3. And rule of healing. Which I should do while I'm down here. Got him. Yeah, I'm glad that my shield comes with a counterattack. Of course, I'll never finish my kitchen if I keep attacking the counters. And attacking the counters will take quite a while if they're like marble, some kind of granite or something. Something thick and strong. The kind of thing that it takes a sledgehammer to take down. Rock and stone, as they say. I mean, the thing is, if I were to build my own place to live, my focus would be on, one, I don't care about windows, I don't need a lot of them. Two, I want things to last a long time with as little maintenance as possible, so my material choices and design choices would reflect that. Three, where I do have to do maintenance, I want maintenance to be as easy as possible. So that's another priority. For instance, imagine a bathroom. Alright, good job, you imagined it. Congratulations. Bathroom imagining. Champion. So you've imagined a bathroom. But I wanted to make it so that if you have a bathroom, every inch, floor to ceiling, can be pressure washed without issue. You just have a pressure washer that lives hooked up to something in the bathroom. You want to clean it? You just pressure wash the whole damn bathroom. The kind that if you aimed it at an ordinary toilet, the ceramic would shatter. That's the amount of power I want this bathroom to be able to handle.
Success.
And of course that means the bathroom needs to drain. Any surface needs to be able to reach a drain. All water must drain at that point. I'm sure somebody's done something like it. It sounds like a very industrial sort of bathroom setup. Like probably a prison or a school. Well, why would a school have like showering facility? You know, a prison or maybe a hospital or something might have a setup like that. And you know me, I love prison. I'm always first in line for prison. Wait, did I say prison? I meant cupcakes. I'm always first in line for
PSC
cupcakes.
climax.
Prison, silly me, silly me. Also, spoiler. As much as I popped onto PSO2 today, I'm not going to be streaming PSO2 regularly. I'm probably not going to stream PSO2 again for a long, long time, if ever. This was sort of just, I wanted to play it, and I'm playing it. It's what I am doing. I don't think it has a lot of actual value. At least as a video game to be streaming. It has value that I wanted to play it, but not much else. Alright, let's break out the critters. third round of critter. Critter. It's an interesting word. Alright, we've got one marshmallow bar. Apparently you can have two, but I've never had two, so maybe I don't have the ability to have two. Oh no, there is. I've had two. There's two right now. And that's good, because I'm going to use them. Come on, bring it on. Oh, the thing, they use their little, I've blocked all my damage. I'm sad. Okay, now I've got two again. So let's bring it on. There we go, 10,007 damage. Good to know. So yes, using the marshmallow is actually good damage. Oh good, I messed that one up completely. Another fine mess I've gotten myself into. Are Abbott and Costello bits old enough to be public domain? What about Laurel and Hardy? I don't know. I doubt it. I have my doubt. Maybe we should find a bunch of old public domain silent movies and make that a stream. Just kind of do a riff tracks on silent films. Oh, well, thank you very much. It'd be interesting to know. $8,000. There we go, there's level 70. We got that number. What's our subclass at? 59. So our subclass has to suffer through 4 more levels before it can use the good equipment. But that's okay, let's get out of this zone. We've got play. A secret warmth play. We'll say the PC is making the room a bit warm. So personal, we have titles. That means we've made some progress towards some titles. I only look at these because I want to clear the notification. And then communication log. Jarrell. They were just with me in the other zone. Let's see. what there has to say. They wrote, they liked my look, they said it was cute. Well, what does theirs look like? That is far too green. God Wolf Guardian, is this Homestuck? Is this a Homestuck? I'm thinking of Green Dog. Whatever the case, I can't handle the amount of green. I'm not gonna leave a like on that, but I appreciate them liking mine. I always look. If somebody throws me a like, I will look. How about this? What do you? I want to like somebody. Give me something good. This one's fine. It's fire themed and it's color coordinated. So there's that. I don't know if I love it, but I'll throw a like on it, whatever. What about this one? Better? No. This one, hunky surfer vibe. Nope, not living it. Oh, there are public domain advocates stuff. That's not, I can literally, that's very funny. I'm very amused. Well, thank you very much. Apparently that's something I can do. Can't get hit for copyright. Can't get hit for copyright. La-da-da-da. I love content. I don't respect intellectual property, but I do not want to get hit for copyright on Twitch. I mean, really, who respects it? Anyway, I have another task on my task list, which was clear the limited time quest. And guess what? Now is a good time to do it, because max level is a good time to do that. So let's start queuing up for that. And let's see, I have a thing to do. What? Okay, if I do it twice, I'll complete my seasonal point weekly. Sure. That can be what I'm doing. That can be what I'm doing now. But yeah, much appreciated. Good to learn that I can just show old Abbott and Costello movies, specific ones I assume, on Twitch and not have a problem. Watch it have a problem anyway. Yes, amazing, excellent. The classic, the infamous. They're most well known. Yeah, and of course, recently all the original works of Sherlock Holmes went into the public domain, so that's good too, especially because their estate was being stingy about it and litigious when they didn't have the right to about certain things. So, you know, always good when those things don't have to happen anymore. Well, the Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes, I didn't see it. I don't know how accurate or inaccurate of an interpretation it was, Flum. Like, that's a big question for me. You're asking me stuff I don't know, little bird. Okay, we're gonna look at Swarmple here, while we wait for this queue up. Well, was it a fun interpretation? Was it an enjoyable one, at least? They had that one cartoon, what was it, in the 24th century? Sherlock Holmes in the 24th century. Didn't watch that either. Turns out I don't watch a lot of Sherlock Holmes spin-off content. I'm glad it was fun. I hope it was the wild, wild west of Sherlock Holmes interpretation. the movie Wild Wild West as opposed to the show Wild Wild West. Although I kind of want to watch the show Wild Wild West. It's a weird thing to want to go back to. Maybe I'll watch Wild Wild West and then just watch the Rockford Files right after it. Feels like those would pair well together.
Good to see ya.
Of course, the Rockford Files was always a little dry for me, I think. But my father was a big fan of the Rockford Files. And James Garner played God in... You like Columbo better, that's fair. Columbo was more wholesome. I am kind of sad that, you know, Columbo's wife is real in the canon. I would have preferred if Columbo was being, like, a silly, manipulative deceiver with his funny wife that didn't exist. That would be a funnier headcanon to me. But that's not here nor there. Columbo's wife is real, so I just have to deal with that. And then, of course, there was that spin-off of Columbo. I forget what it was called. It was like Mrs. Columbo, and then it was basically stricken from canon and renamed to not be related to Columbo. I forget all the details of that, but, you know, that's a shame, I guess. You know, when a property is kind of disrespected, I guess, to such an extent.
Attention all ARCS defenders. We are beginning a defensive operation against a large number of dolls appearing in the Retem.
The question is,
We request the participation
is
of
James
all
Garner,
ARCS
like, who is Peter Falk
Trial start.
versus James Garner, like, in terms in general? Like, does Columbo put Peter Falk over the edge? Or does James Garner and their body of work outdo Peter Falk? That does say something about James Garner playing God in cartoon God, the Devil, and Bob, which was kind of an entertaining cartoon. I didn't hate it. It's watchable. It's a watchable cartoon. You know what? I should be using Bird. Still, Peter Falk is kind of a treasure. If somebody had to play Columbo today, I don't know who you would get. I would say that Columbo is kind of inimitable. Is that how you say that? Inimitable? You could say inimitatable, but inimitable sounds more fun. Inimitable. It's like indomitable. I think, oh, that's tough for multiple reasons. Like, there are... The Dukes of Hazzard, just looking back on it, you know, has some issues. Meanwhile, Starsky and Hutch, like buddy cop things, I kind of live in this world where it's like, I feel less good about cop things than I used to. And of course, there was the Ben Stiller adaptation, the movie Starsky and Hutch. And I have a pair of sunglasses that never touched Ben Stiller's weird kind of gaunt face at any point, which is an achievement for me. Then again, there are shows that, like for instance, even shows like The Critic Like, I really liked The Critic, but if I go back to The Critic, there's some shit in there that has not aged well. I still like The Critic, though. John Lovitz, is John Lovitz still alive? I guess I'll look later. Yeah, I don't think John Lovitz has died either, Flo. And I do like me some John Lovitz.
Success!
Alright. We get to fight 2 bosses, and then we get to fight the same 2 bosses again. I will say, there's a lot of good. I like sort of a lot of the fashion choices. 70s is some 60s, 70s. I'm a fan of the 60s, 70s fashion choices a lot of the time. Not tennis outfits. Tennis outfits looked really bad. But you know, there's some good stuff to pull from there. Would never a tennis outfit. Are we gonna get into the mode? Yes, we are. This sting. We'll throw a photon blast on there. Really freshen it up. Ooh, I've been really, I got bashed against the wall. Oh, that's a feeling. A little bit of an earthy feeling. Oh, hey, we finished that part. Big Bird. I'm trying to fill up my bird meter. There we go. Got to use all 3 of my animal meters. Yeah, this boss wasn't really meant to fight. Interesting, Mark Ruffalo. That's not terrible. Like I said, Peter Falk is kind of inimitable, so that I don't think there's anybody I could think of that would be like, yeah, that's the guy. So Mark Ruffalo is not the worst choice. Maybe a Columbo abridged series. Like, the thing is, obviously they don't need to reboot Columbo. We don't need to reboot things. But if we wanted to bring Columbo to a new audience, could you do like an abridged Columbo? Could you do a highly edited Columbo that's a little more tightly packed, a denser Columbo? It's not something I know. The thing is, anybody trying to imitate the mannerisms of Columbo, it would just feel kind of weird. That's my take. I've joined the party, I've left the party, I've joined the party, I have notifications. Move things to material storage. Select and retrieve this as a whatever. This is garbage. Sell remaining item. Well, Flan, because I'm gonna do it, inventory management is important. You know, it's the unsung hero of MMOs. The most valuable and entertaining part of any MMO is inventory management. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Anyway, I have to do that one more time to finish the weekly for it. And I want to do that before... Because tomorrow there's going to be a maintenance, I think. And the maintenance always manages to hit when I can't really, like... Manages to hit when I would play. Instead, so it's like... I always want to do things right before the maintenance. Trigger portals can only be entered by the... I'm not in a party. What's happening? Quest counter. Limited time quest. Do the thing. Can only be opened by the party leader. Fine. I will disband myself to make sure I'm not in a party. There are no other members in the party. Great. Yeah, how do I get to that window? Party commit. There are no other members in the party. Yeah. Remove from party. Am I out of the party then? Is this a glitch? Is this a bug? But I'm the party leader because there's no one else in the party. Okay, fine. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll try teleporting somewhere and maybe that'll fix it. Because that's just how it be. This funny loading screen. Boy, they really did tank the performance a bit between PSO2 and PSO2 New Genesis, I will say that. You know, they made everything prettier or whatever, but... Anyway, now that I've teleported, am I allowed to start the darn... queue up for the darn thing? Yeah, okay, so I fixed it. Cool beans. Oh, and it's already almost full. You know, we'll go ahead and change our fashion out for the second run. So, you know, I've got whatever this fashion is, my fancy little outfit here. But, I don't know, maid mode. The maid dress. We're gonna do this one in the maid dress. Because, you know, I have several outfits in this game. And the maid dress is one of them. And this will complete my weekly for whatever this is. And then I'll probably call it good. We'll see if there's anyone to raid after this, but this will probably be... finish off the weekly, feel good about that. Well, hold on, let's look at who's out here. We've got this kind of bikini person. You know what? We'll coordinate with them. We'll use our little bikini outfit. We have got I call this one the beach killer. Of course, I'd have to zoom in to get a good look at it. Anyway, let's zoom out because I'm actually in video games now.
Trial start.
Yeah, so you know, I have outfits from dignified to less dignified. And currently my goal is to fill my critter meters. We've got 2 on the first critter. Okay, first critter complete. We gotta work on the next critter. Critter number 2. Currently at half a bar. At a full bar. At 2 bar. Oh, we've got 3 bars. That means critter's complete. Well, you know what that means. We use the critter power. Great. Of course, now we need more critter power. There we go, that's 1. But now we use big bird explosion time. So, in order to use big bird explosion time, we actually need to have magic points. So let's fill up our magic bit. Then use our big bird explosion. Sesame Street would be probably significantly better with a big bird explosion mode. Is Big Bird on Sesame Street anymore? Because I know they kind of shifted to like, oh, Elmo's the big thing, the new hotness. Does Big Bird still exist? Big Bird's still relevant. Alright, you know, there's an easier way to get my bird meter up, and it's this. My multi-target attack.
Success!
Bird meter's at 2 of 3 bars. Let's go hang out with the Gundam for a minute. They just let Gundams hang out here.
Trial start.
Alright, our bird meter is just about full. There it is. Alright, let's make this worm sad. Somebody died. No concerns whatsoever. We're bringing the bird back, baby. Oh, we've got to deal with this now. Yeti moment. The timing on that is a little hard to predict. I don't have the telegraph well memorized. Woof Woof Music Fighter. That's a name on here. Well, a title, not really a name. We're not gonna mess around, we're just gonna use our 1 meter and then go again. Bang. Oh goodness golly gracious. So yeah, this is a game where, you know, I can be in my bikini, there can be a Gundam over here, there can be all sorts of nonsense going on with everybody's fashion choices, which is really what PSO2 is all about. PSO2 is all about dress up. And I'm okay with that. This is all a means to an end, and the end is dress up.
Success!
We got our weekly done. Of course, this bikini person I coordinated with demanded head pats for their head. And that's not manual. This game lets you automatically have things you say for certain actions. There's like, oh, a thing happened. And then you can just have certain, text trigger. More than text, you can use little commands to make things happen. And it's very neat that you can do that. I'm a little more subtle with mine, like I have my character do physical emotes, like drinking wine there at the end, stuff like that. Anyway, Gothica wire, garbage, all of this is garbage, self-remaining item. To change back into a more modest outfit. Yeah, Flan, that's, I appreciate a more modest outfit. We've got that more modest outfit, and let's look at the potential raidees. The raidee. I like the word raidee. You could say raidees nuts. I mean, don't say raidees nuts to anybody, but I like the word raidees nuts. Anyway, what I think I'm going to do is, you know what? Party Pie VT, formerly a horse and now just some kind of burlesque creature YouTuber. VTuber? UV rays? I don't know what any of that means. Anyway, they seem to be doing a whatever. They're playing Sea of Thieves with a couple of horses. And so, I think that's something we can throw towards. I don't think I've ever raided them. Oh, they don't take raids. Well then, F them. We'll raid. We raided the snake before, we'll raid Jin. Jin can get a raid. Oh, they're not taking raids either. Alright. I'm not raiding the snake again. Not that I don't love Chigans, but I just don't want to raid people too much in a row, at the same time. So I guess if people aren't taking raids, I guess I'll just call that good. We can drop the PC from the background. Or maybe we bring it back. Maybe the PC, can just keep going on in the background. No, get rid of it. No, bring it back. No, get rid of it. Alright, having a little too much fun with that. But anyway, that's been a little time spent, a little stream done, a little James Garner, Peter Falk, Nick Arcade, old TV and movie sort of day, Abbott and Costello, all sorts of things going on. Thank everybody for coming out. If you were here and you didn't say anything, thank you for watching. And if you were here chatting, well, you know who you are, I know who you are. 'Cause there was one of you. Have a wonderful night. I know I will.